Hi, I'm John from thenailschool.co.uk, and today I'm going to look at the electric file, what it can do for you and how you can use it, and which one is the best one to buy. My opinion is that the best machine to buy is the UP200. This is the one that's used throughout the world in all the nail salons that I've seen about the place, and definitely in the UK it is a very strong machine. This machine has a very good quality handset, and it has a twist grip that allows you to remove the drill bits from the ends, and this I believe is quite important. Some of them have a pushing clutch that you push in and it sort of grips the drill bit on the end. Now I find that over time this sort of wears and then they sort of start getting loose in the machine. The quality in most machines is in the handset, as I probably said just before. Now, so always buy a machine that's got a very good quality handset, and this in itself is a precision instrument, and this is what you need to go for. There are copies of this machine available on the internet at a fraction of the price, but when you come to use them you'll find that the drilling action has got vibration, and this is certainly what you don't want when you're using an electric file. But this machine, as I said, is absolute top quality, and you don't get that vibration on the nail plate, which can be very annoying to your customer. Now, after you've bought the machine, what you're going to need to buy are drill bits. The first one you need is what we call a sanding bit, and I only use fine sanding bands on these. I don't use the coarse ones or the medium ones, I use the fine ones. And I tend to go for these ones that have got like a greyish appearance. I find them much more hard wearing, and you just pop those over the little arbor, as we might call it, and that's for your sanding bit. And we use this one on the natural nail and for other things as well. You've got metal bits. These are metal carbide bits, and this, I don't particularly like these. I used to use them, but I've now gone for the white ones, which I like these. These are sort of more user-friendly to your client. They don't look as aggressive, and this particular one has got a round top, which means we would call this one a safety bit. And this is a medium coarse bit, and this one's great for filing down acrylic or removing gel polish off acrylic nails. This is a fine one here, and this one again is great when you're doing infills and you're filing around the back of the nail on the acrylic, and it's, as you can see, it's got F on the end, which actually denotes that it is a fine sanding band, a fine drill bit. Now this one has got slightly chamfered edge around the top, which again gives it that element of safety in use. But again, it's a white one, which I think look rather better than the metal drill bits like these. Right, so we've got our fine sanding band onto our arbor. So we just pick up our machine, the handset, twist it on and lock it so it doesn't move in there. And if we're using it on the natural nail, this is probably what you're used to hearing, it running at very high speed. But actually you need to be using it at a very slow speed on the natural nail. So I'm going to slow it down until the setting is between 1 and 2 on the dial. And then I now know that it is safe to use on the natural nail without doing any harm whatsoever to the natural nail. So never use it on high speed, always set it between 1 and 2 on your dial, but obviously various machines have different settings across the speed band, so you might need to just have a look at it and slow it right down until you think it's more or less at its slowest speed, and then it's going to be safe to use on the natural nail. Now, when using the electric file on the natural nail, when you're going around the back and the sides, you need to make sure that the back of the drill is more raised than down. So if I just switch it on now, I've got it at its slow speed. I will be going up this way, around the back of the nail, like so, and then down this side here. So I'll just go up, around, and down the back of the nail. Now, when I'm coming to do the rest of the nail, I don't want to be using it with the back raised up, because I'm going to put dents in the nail and so on. So what I need to do is make sure that the actual electric file is more flat or level like this, not up, so that I can then go over the rest of the nail, keeping it nice and flat and just going over the nail just to remove the skin that grows on the surface of the nail, like so. So that's how you use the electric file on the natural nail. And just to reinforce it, never at high speed, just at its slowest speed that you can use it so it doesn't stop. Now we've got a tip stuck on here and we want to blend it in. The first thing we do would be to shape the tip to the customer's requirements. Always shape before you blend, because obviously once you've blended in this tip, it's going to be quite weak. So if you start then shaping it, you've got a chance of pulling the tip off. So the first thing I've got to do is just speed this up to about number 3 to 4, and then I'm going to actually keep the drill at a slight angle. I never want to file down the nail like this or straight across like this, because I want to avoid at all times filing the natural nail. So I'm just going to use very short strokes, keeping this very flat and not up like this, very flat, and I can just come across here and I can blend in the tip with the electric file. And don't forget, the drill head is spinning anti-clockwise, so you always want to move against the spin of the drill section. If you go with the spin, it will just slide off like this. So here we are, using very short strokes, keeping it flat so that we don't file the natural nail. Now the reason we do short strokes is so that we don't build up friction on the nail plate, because obviously this plastic tip with the sandpaper, if it's held on there for too long, it will build up friction. So there we've got a lovely blend now with the electric file. I just want to take off all the shine off the rest of the tip. And there's our tip ready for our products. No lines on there that may be seen through the acrylic or the gel or the S&S, whatever you're going to use. And you've got a really good blend, easy to do. It's just important that you never touch the natural nail, and you don't have it running too fast so you get heat build up. Now once you've got your product applied, say the acrylic SNS or whatever, if you actually do find that you do need to file it or to just refine it a bit, then you would go to a different drill bit and you'd use either your fine drill bit or your medium drill bit. And as you can see, I'm using this white one, which I particularly like. And you would then put the speed up to around about 3/4, and then you would just go over the product until you've got it shaped. And the way I do it is I come down the nail like this, and then I might go around the back just to tidy it up. Say it's got a little bit thick in one area, I would then use this in this manner to get round the back. Now if I'm doing the infills, then obviously it's grown out to here, so I would then use my very fine drill bit just to go round the back to blend in the line. I don't know whether you can see that, to blend in the line. And then I'd finish off with a hand file just to get it finished off. Now if I'm removing gel polish off acrylic nails, obviously by hand it's a bit of a laborious job, so I would just take this one out and I'd put in my coarse drill bit, and here you can see I'm using the white one again, which is a safety bit, which means it's got a domed top so that I can get in quite close to my cuticle and sidewall area without cutting my client. Now with this one I'm going to put the speed at around about number 4, and because I'd have acrylic on this nail with a polish over the top, gel polish over the top, then I could just come down the nail, removing the gel polish with this coarse bit, go around the back a little bit, but you're only filing back to the actual acrylic, so there's no way that you are going to damage that natural nail. Once you've removed as much as you can get off with the drill bit, then what I normally do is just get the little tiny bits that may be left off with my hand file. Now if somebody comes in, they've had the nails done elsewhere and they've got really big thick doorsteps on the ends of the fingers, you can make them look nice again and thin as they should be at the front by using this coarse drill bit and then just coming down the nail like this, maybe across this way, to enable you to smooth that down to a fine finish. I know some people go along the end like this to actually shorten the nails, which you can do if it's acrylics, but I tend to use a hand file. I just find it's a little bit more accurate. Because sometimes it can just do what it did then, it just catches and it makes you jump a little bit, right? So I would tend to shorten the nails with a hand file. So I hope you found that useful. Just give us a call if you'd like to do a course with us on the electric file, and you can include it within your acrylic extensions course or your gel course at a very big reduction in the price. But obviously if it's a standalone course, you're already a technician, you want a certificate for your electric file, then you're going to need to pay the full day cost, which at the moment is £80. But including it within your course, your acrylic course or your gel extensions course or your SNS extensions course, then you will get the actual drill or electric file training for an extra £30. So this is John signing off. Hope to see you next time. Thank you. Bye bye.